Welcome to College Football Now. I am Will Scott here after the second to last week of the regular season, which means the Heisman talk is starting to heat up. They got 2 more games left to make their case. That's if they're in the conference title game, which most of the guys we're talking about on today's show are. But before we get into more of that, I want to hear from y'all down in the comment section. Who should win the Heisman? Not necessarily who will win the Heisman, but who should win the Heisman. Let me know down in the comment section. And today's show is all about Heisman power rankings. I'm going to list the top 5 guys right now in the Heisman race. List them 5 through 1, rank them 5 through 1, and kind of break those guys down. We do begin, though, talking about Drake Maye, who coming into this week was very much in the conversation, but you can't lose to Georgia Tech at home. So I think Drake Maye, as good of a season that he's had, is eliminated from the Heisman race. Kind of the one guy maybe that came into this week with a chance but leaves this week without a chance. So Drake Maye, great season, certainly going to be the favorite maybe along with Caleb Williams going in next season to win this award. Producer Nick Roloff is a UNC fan. He didn't even want to put this graphic on the screen, so props to him. Hendon Hooker, we obviously heard some devastating news about him yesterday. Still wanted to include him in my power rankings here because of how good of a season that he's had. And I'll get you up to speed if you missed what happened toward the end of the South Carolina game, but he left the game in the fourth quarter on Saturday against South Carolina after suffering a non-contact injury. We did learn yesterday on Sunday that it is a torn ACL. This is what Bleacher Report tweeted yesterday about Hendon Hooker. University of Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker has suffered a torn ACL. So just brutal news. The Tennessee football account put out a statement yesterday calling him a legend, thanking him for all he's done for that program. Really helped resurrect that program with the season that he had this year. This is a guy that was probably the favorite to win the Heisman for a couple weeks, especially after that Alabama win, over 3,300 passing yards, 27 passing touchdowns, just 2 picks, nearly a 70% completion percentage. Also 430 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns for Hendon Hooker. And if they invite 5 guys to New York, hopefully he'll be included in that because he had a heck of a season, man. And you really feel for him because it also affects his NFL draft kind of stock. But RG3 tweeted this out right after the injury. What a transcendent year for Hendon Hooker, and I think that's a good word to describe it. Helped bring Tennessee back to relevancy, firmly in the Heisman Trophy race all year, and such an easy guy to root for, praying for a full recovery from his knee injury. And look, if this means that Hendon Hooker's draft stock is going to kind of go down a little bit, which it might, then whoever gets him is going to get an absolute steal because I still think he's going to be a really good NFL quarterback once he gets to 100%. Before we get into the rest of my list, I want to shout out Established Titles for sponsoring today's show. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land. We're flying over my land as we speak with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with the crest. We plant truth every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, etc. I'm Lord William Scott. I got a proclamation like that in the mail. It's really cool. It makes for a great last-minute gift. And the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot so we can build a chat sports kingdom over there in Edelston, Scotland. Like I said, makes for a great last-minute gift. And with the holidays coming up, they're taking care of you by running a massive early Black Friday sale with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you go to that link and use promo code CHAT, you're going to save an extra 10%. That's the link, promo code CHAT. That link, that promo code, going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Take advantage of it. Holidays coming up soon. Let's get into number 4 here. Max Duggan, what a year that the TCU quarterback has been having. And he was far from perfect on Saturday against Baylor, but he willed his team to victory in that game. They were down 8 points late in the fourth quarter. They scored a touchdown, failed a 2-point conversion, get the ball back. Duggan leads them down the field, sets up a game-winning field goal, and they make it to improve to 11-0 on the season. Taking a look here at what he's done this season, and these numbers are Heisman numbers. I mean, a 66.2% completion percentage, nearly 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 3 picks. But I think, aside from the stats, his best argument is he has TCU, I repeat, TCU, a program that's never even been close to national championship. He has them very much in the conversation for the college football playoff. He has them 11-0. Duggan certainly deserves an invite to New York, and I think some pretty serious consideration if he can get TCU to 13-0 and in the college football playoff. They win the next 2 games. Will he be invited to New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony? Type Y for yes or type in for no down in the comment section. Go down, let me know. Blake Corum, I think, is locked up his invitation. He comes in at number 3 on my list here, the Michigan running back. Now, he did suffer an injury in Saturday's game against Maryland, returned for just 1 play in the second half after injuring his knee. So his status for the Ohio State game up in the air. Here's what Jim Harbaugh said after the Maryland win. Got clear to go back in. We'll see where it is tomorrow, how it feels tomorrow. Structurally good, which is great news. So structurally good, it sounds like it's not torn ACL or anything like that. So hopefully Corum is able to go on Saturday against Ohio State. I did read something on Twitter that he was at a fundraiser, something on Sunday, passing out turkeys. So that's pretty good news if he was out and about on Sunday right after. But I do believe that if Corum plays, the winner of the Ohio State-Michigan game will come out of that game, come out of that win with not just the win, but also the Heisman Trophy favorite. If it's Ohio State, then C.J. Stroud is probably going to be number 1 in my power rankings here. But if Blake Corum has a good game, Michigan wins, which I think they need Blake Corum to have a good game. They need him to play to win. Then I think Blake Corum will be the Heisman favorite. And yeah, sure, it's kind of a quarterback award, but taking a look at the last 2 running backs that have won the award, Corum's right there with these guys through the first 11 games of the season, has more total touchdowns than Ingram, more yards than Ingram, barely behind Derrick Henry in both of those categories. Henry had one of the most ridiculous seasons that we've ever seen in college football. So, honestly, if I had to vote today, I don't know. My vote might be for Blake Corum because I'm not it's got to go to a quarterback type of guy. I think that running backs and skill position players and even defensive players, maybe Harold Perkins next year, deserves some consideration for the award. And guys, we're bringing you videos like this all the time, whether it's Heisman Power Rankings, coaching hot boards, and more. Go down, hit that subscribe button. And because the regular season ends next week, we're going to start to see some more coaching vacancies. Whenever there's a big name job open, we're going to get you a hot board ASAP. We've done it for Auburn. We've done it for Arizona State. We've done it for Nebraska. A lot of coaching rumors going around right now, including Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss to Auburn. We'll see what goes down there. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Let's talk about Caleb Williams. He has shot up this list. He's probably gone from number 5 to number 2 in the past week. Why, you might ask? Here's why. Here's what he did against UCLA on Saturday. Nearly 500 yards, 3 total touchdowns, just 1 pick, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, by the way, 32 of 43. He had probably the best game that he's ever played in his collegiate career. That includes his time at Oklahoma as well. And because of that performance against UCLA, he has a very strong chance. And like it or not, the Heisman is going to go to the guy that had a really big performance in a big game late in the season. And that was a huge game for USC. They needed to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They beat a ranked rival UCLA team on the road. Yeah, on the road, both LA teams. But you get my point. So I think Caleb Williams very much in the mix after that win against UCLA. He plays 2 top 25 teams the next 2 weeks as well. You got Notre Dame and then the Pac-12 title game. So if he can play well in those 2 games, he might win the award. But CJ Stroud right now is number 1 in my Heisman power rankings. Do I think he should be? No, but I'm just thinking here from a voter's perspective what they're probably going to do. If they were voting tomorrow, I think C.J. Stroud would win the award. But comparing him and Williams, Williams has more yards. He has fewer touchdowns, same amount of interceptions. Stroud, his team is 11-0. Williams at USC, his team is 10-1. So pretty similar stats here. So it'll be interesting to see what goes down. I think they both have to win out in the regular season and, of course, win their conference title game to win the award. Who is the better quarterback, though? Is it C.J. Stroud or is it Caleb Williams? Type S for Stroud or type W for Williams down in the comment section. So like I said, I think if Williams wins the next 2 games, he has a good shot. If Stroud wins the next 2 games, I think he pretty much locks it up. Be sure to go down and subscribe to the channel for more college football news and rumors. Rivalry week coming up. Going to be a lot of fun.